Hello, loves. I haven't even finished my morning routine, and I had a strong prompting to share a message. And the phrase I heard so clearly was that you have experienced a lot of loss. And it doesn't feel like traditional loss. Maybe you have lost a lot of like people in your life, or I'm getting maybe even lost a lot of money to some like unfortunate circumstances. But really the feeling I was getting from that phrase was that you have experienced loss of things that are harder to define and therefore share. And I'm like hearing this like loss of innocence and freedom, and maybe not necessarily in a way where you have fully been, I don't want to say stripped of your rights, because I still think like there was some influence on that, but the feeling of freedom that this is, that I'm, like the sense that I'm getting from this is that it's like a loss of freedom in being able to move, like a weightlessness in the freedom that we get to really experience life to its fullest abilities. And it seems like you may not have known that when you were younger, and as you're getting older you are noticing the things around you, the people around you, the experiences that you're having or that other people are having, and noticing that that was not the childhood that you experienced. And maybe this isn't just childhood, maybe this is like something that's been happening for you, and I'm getting a feeling of like the last couple years, maybe the last 5 years, that might be relevant for somebody. And I'm noticing a very deep and rich feeling of grief and sadness. And not necessarily in a raw sense. I think it's more of a familiar feeling, so maybe you've already been processing this sense of loss. So you might have known this for a while. I'm getting this sense that you have been like working through this feeling for some time, and maybe this is a grief that you felt that you've already fully processed, and which is anything ever really fully processed. So I guess maybe the feeling of newness to this grief is not because it's a newness to the grief itself, but because you no longer live in that grief. And I'm noticing the shift in this energy. Maybe still some remnants of grief, but I'm noticing a larger part of it is like relief and openness, maybe some hesitation. Maybe you're feeling hesitant to really relax into this openness. Oh my gosh. I'm noticing like a little bit of anxiety, but like maybe also leaning more to excitement, but yeah, like a little bit of nervousness about relaxing into this new feeling of, I just heard the word like steadiness. So maybe you're like just now moving into a more consistent feeling of stability, and you're experiencing some hesitance to really relax into that and allow yourself to trust it and like open up to that, and I'm hearing like move freely within that, within that openness, or this stability, almost as if you're like waiting. What are you waiting for? I guess like waiting to have enough evidence. Is that what I'm getting? Like to, like you're waiting to trust this feeling, and it seems like you might be. Yeah, I just had a bit more of a sense of calmness in this, so it seems like you may be starting to trust this feeling of like stability and openness and ability to move freely. And it seems like, oh, this is like such an interesting phrase. So I imagine this is meant to be heard right now. Like there, excuse me, it's still a little bit early for me. I heard like there are energies from your past that are still trying to hold on to your energy as you're moving into this new way of living, this new energy that you've been experiencing, this openness, this I keep getting the word steadiness. So that must be like really what is meant to be conveyed here is this new feeling of steadiness. And these energies that are trying to cling on to you, like you, it seems like you're feeling a lot more grounded in this newer energy. So the clinginess of these energies don't seem to have much of a strong hold, but you're noticing that there are still energies from your past. Whether this, I can't really fully tell. This might be a person, like a person's energy, or maybe even multiple people's energy from your past, and I don't even want to say past. This is like people or energies that are from the life or the energy you are leaving and move as you're moving into this open, steady energy. When I'm saying past, I'm referencing, this is like recent past. These energies may still be a part of your present, but they are no longer aligned with the energy and therefore the life that you are stepping into right now. And I'm hearing the phrase security blanket. Which that has been one of those phrases that has been a reoccurring like sign for me in my life of like, it comes up for me when I know I am like struggling to let go of things that are no longer aligned because they bring a sense of security. So that might be relevant for somebody. Yeah, so I'm like feeling a connection between the security blanket phrase and these energies that are, cling might be a strong word. I would say there's still just some type of tether. Because it doesn't seem very strong. Like it seems like you are getting much more strong in this new way of feeling, this new energy, this new life that you're stepping into. And that might be a literal new life. Maybe you've just started over, moved, or gotten a new job, or just started a family I'm even getting, but it might not, I'm getting a sense that this might not even be a new life, that it might just be your day-to-day, might have some subtle shifts, but your general life, your general day-to-day life seems to be the same. It's actually a new life because you feel different. And not different as if you are a changed person, but more like you are becoming more fully yourself. I was just getting this image of like legs strengthening, like Bambi learning to walk, was what I just got. So there is still like a little bit of, like uncertainty, hesitancy. That's not quite the word that I'm looking for. Almost like a gentleness, to the way that you're moving. And that might be moving literally or like moving, just like through this energy right now, or moving through decisions, because you are just now learning to stand, I'm hearing, in your own. You're just now learning how to stand in your own. And I paused here thinking I was going to get more on that, but that actually feels like a fully complete thought. So I think if that speaks to you, you're going to know exactly what that means for you. And this is interesting. This is kind of a bit of a shift here. But I think this is where, like this, like line of energy is trying to take me, that you are getting so many blessings into your life right now. But oh my gosh, I'm feeling like a competing energy here between some of this past that I already mentioned that is still tethered to you, almost like trying to, not doing a very good job, but trying to compete for center stage right now. And that's an interesting way. That's an interesting phrase. Like it's like almost giving this like feeling of like performance. It's performative. Like, you know that you're these past energies that you're still tethered to, you know that they don't hold a lot of weight anymore. So you know that it's not past energy that you need to give your energy into anymore. So it's just almost like the habit of those tethers. Yeah, that feels like that is what that energy needed to share in this moment. I think we're ready to shift back into this second half of this energy, which is these like blessings that you're receiving at this time. So I just had to pause the recording and step away for a minute to take care of myself. And as I was doing so, I received the revelation that you have been learning to, you have been feeling more empowered, was the word that was used. You've been feeling more empowered to take care of yourself. And I'm getting some of this is spiritually, a lot of this is actually physically. To take the time to take care of yourself before taking care of others, and doing this without guilt. And I just heard, I am so proud of you for doing this. So the right before this pause, what the message that I was receiving was that you have been receiving a lot of blessings, and this may be coming in a physical sense, in tangible ways, but I'm actually I'm hearing that it is in ways that are actually more intangible, but might still be manifesting in a physical sense. So the first thing that comes to me is that it is like most of these blessings have actually been coming through people, and not because they are I'm hearing like a genie or a fairy godmother that might be relevant to somebody, but I think it's connected here where not that these people are swooping in to grant wishes and like be the magic. I'm hearing salve, which is interesting. I was going to use the word solution, but salve seems to be what needs to be conveyed here. And as I'm exploring this message, this energy right here that I'm sharing, I'm noticing the word salve is the word that was chosen because these people are not necessarily overly soothing the things that are happening for you in your life right now, the feelings that are coming up with these changes and this growth, and the difficulties, because you have been learning. I'm hearing you've been learning to be your own salve. You've been learning how to soothe your own, I was going to say pain, but actually I heard heartache. You've been experiencing a lot of heartache. And this might be connecting back to this loss that we were talking about earlier. That you've experienced a lot of loss in your life, but you've also been experiencing a lot of loss recently. And this actually came through right before I started this recording, when this message about loss came in. Oh, and I just lost it. Okay, so it came back to me, and what I had heard was that you have experienced so much loss that at times, and this, I think this is relevant for you right now, that you may be thinking, like why does there need to continue to be loss? And not maybe, I'm not getting in the exasperated way where you are saying, like, why does this keep happening to me? The feeling I'm actually getting is it's more of just, I heard the word acceptance and sadness. And I had a feeling of calm and warmth just like blossom in my chest. And I'm actually hearing the word reassurance or reassuring. Someone is reassuring you, or you are reassuring yourself, that you know that this loss is working in your favor. That's a really interesting way to phrase that. It is working in your favor. And then I just heard the universe, or source, higher power, your higher self, your guardians is what I'm hearing, but like spiritual guardians, they are working in your favor. They are, I heard, pulling strings. Wow, I just had this really interesting like rush of energy, like almost as if warm water moving through from my chest out to my arms and my legs. They are pulling strings and pulling. I was going to use something more general, but I heard specifically pulling people from your life right now. Actually, no, I'm being corrected. They're not pulling people from your life. They are saying, if you did not or do not, depending if you've made this decision yet, did or do not step away from these people. I'm not hearing remove. Step away seems to be the more important message to convey. So maybe you don't need to completely cut them off, but if you do not step away or did not step away from this person or these people, and I'm hearing energies, so maybe it is more general. Maybe it's these energies that we've had tethers to, that we've been referencing. If you did not do that, then, if you do not do that, then they will do it for you. And I'm actually getting, it's a feeling almost, I think, like a warning. I'm not quite sure what the feeling is, but it feels like a warning, and not in a threatening way, but just as a reminder that what is not aligned with your energy, like source, fill in the blank for that, universe, your spirit guides, God, goddess, etc. Source will, I'm hearing, force you to turn away or turn these entities, these people, or these energies away from you if you do not do it yourself. Because I'm hearing you have divine purpose in this life, and this energy that you are stepping into right now is very potent and powerful and is more aligned with, I'm hearing, your true and pure soul. And I was getting this image of of shrinking into a box. You have been prompted, you've been asked, I actually heard the word asked, you have been asked to step away from people or energies that are no longer aligned with this new energy that you have been, I'm hearing, stepping into. And I saw the image of a door being opened and there is light outside of it. And I'm hearing the word expansive or expansion. So I think this is a depiction of that openness that you've been feeling. And I still have this image of, you haven't stepped outside of the door yet. You're standing almost in the doorway, but still just inside of it. And it's dark inside of this doorway. And I can feel, it's not physically happening, it's energetically happening. Like, almost like the gentle plucking of a bunch of energies, like trying to, they're not trying to pull you, but they are gently trying to coax you back into this darker, like room, that you are in. And it's interesting, I'm as I'm still like envisioning this, I'm hearing whispering, and I have a knowing that this whispering is these are not good energies. Like they are connected to, I'm hearing that like the devil, or demons. I know the devil is like tends to be more of a religious based concept, and so like the additional clarification of demons does seem very relevant here, that it's maybe not literal demons, but they are, I'm hearing like energies from your past life, whether that's your past life here on this earth or your past life of a literal past life before you came to this earth in this body that you have. These are energies that have, I'm hearing the word oppressed. They oppressed you in a past life. And I'm hearing, when I'm hearing oppressed, I'm seeing this visual of not just pushing you down, but as if you are trapped. I'm just seeing like this platform, as if it like you are trapped and they are actively pushing that platform down. Like I'm hearing there is a way out, but not obviously in the way that they were oppressing you. So this feels like, I'm hearing the word dangerous, a dangerous situation to be connected to these energies. And I'm being told that it's like this message has a lot of warning in it and some heavier like tones or like feeling to it, but not because you need to worry. Actually, that you can do quite the opposite. You can stay in touch with this feeling of hope, because you have, I'm hearing you have a divine team, both here on earth and in other realms, that are looking out for you right now, because you have been divinely protected. That is exactly how I was just told, that divinely protected for a greater purpose. And it's interesting because I'm getting a clarification that it's not a higher purpose of necessarily accomplishing something major. Actually, that it is on a small scale, but I think I'm hearing butterfly effect, so I'm not actually sure if I'm being told that is what this means. Butterfly effect, where there's ripples, that you are, I'm being told, a small pebble, not because you are a small energy or a small spirit, but because the size of your purpose is not meant to be grandiose. You are a small pebble. I'm literally seeing the image of being dropped in a pond, and you have these ripples that go across. You can't even see how far they go. So this message, I'm being told then, that the danger, because I'm hearing danger again, the danger that you are being warned of is just to remind you that the direction that you are going is the direction that you need to continue going. You are going in the right direction. I keep hearing that direction, like the way you are facing energetically, spiritually, and maybe quite literally, physically, the steps you are taking in your life. Well, I guess that's still not physically, but as in, like, I'm hearing decisions or actions are in the direction that you are meant to be going. I'm getting this feeling of energetic, they're almost like threads. I'm seeing, or I'm hearing spider web. And there's I don't know how many, but there's lots of them, and they're I'm seeing them like connected to your core, like within your chest and your abdomen, and they are gently pulling you. And these spider webs, they are made of light, is what I'm hearing and I'm seeing, and you are surrounded by light. And you are being, I'm hearing gently carried into the lightness is what I'm hearing. And I'm being reminded again of this danger. And not because I need to give you another reminder. I'm being told it's because the signs of these energies being connected to you still, those tethers that I've mentioned quite a few times now, you seeing the remnants of those are, I'm being very clearly told, are not signs that you are meant to stay connected to these energies. That was just very clearly conveyed to me right now. That is exactly what you need to hear. That you have been building your intuition, strengthening your trust in that, and building so much confidence in acting on the premonitions. I heard the word premonitions given to you. So I'm hearing spirit guides. So I think this is coming directly from your spirit guides. They wanted to make sure, they wanted to reiterate. So they've already been telling you this. And they're telling me that you already know this. But they wanted, as I'm connected to this energy right now, they wanted me to convey to you, and I'm hearing the words spoken word. They wanted it conveyed clearly in spoken word that those tethers to these energies from your past life are not signs that you are meant to keep them in your life. So I am trying to energetically lean my ear in a little bit closer to see if there is any clarification on whether you need to cut ties with these energies, or if there's any guidance on what is left of these tethers and what to do with them. I'm being told that some of them are just going to fall away. that you fully stepping into alignment, I'm hearing, will have the blessing of not having to act on cutting these ties. But I'm being told that is just for some of these energies that you are still connected to. I'm hearing some of these other energies you are meant to follow. I'm hearing the word premonitions again. You are meant to take heed to your intuition, to the premonitions you're receiving about these energies at this time. This feels like a good stopping point. I'm actually being told that this is where this message is meant to end. I do feel like there is some more energy to tap into here, some more messages that are meant to be shared. So I want to continue to explore this energy, hopefully in the next video that I'm going to share. But for now, I am feeling called to leave you with love and light. That was the word that came to me right now. Interesting that the word with came out instead, came with me. Yeah, I'm being told that I came with light into this message today and into your life is what I'm being told. Yeah, this light really seems to be a theme. I would be curious to know if that is something that's been coming up for you, or if you've had any more of those themes or signs or synchronicities that came up for you during this video, or ones that I've just been speaking to in general in your life. But I'm leaving you with love and light in this time, and being told you are safe to rest in this energy, and that you have safety here. And I'm having the clarification that safety with me, like with me who's giving you this message, which is so cool that I feel incredibly honored that feels really aligned for me, and is confirmation that I am in touch with my higher self and positioning myself in the way that I meant to, as I am connecting with all of you here I'm hearing spiritual family. So thank you for being here in my spiritual family, and thank you for being here in this message today. And I am sending love and light, and looking forward to connecting with you in the next message.